Today we're going to explore one of the most fascinating and unbelievable episodes in the history of U.S. intelligence, the CIA's top-secret program to develop and utilize psychic powers for military espionage. I'm talking about remote viewing, the alleged ability to perceive people, places and events through extrasensory means rather than the normal five senses. For over 2 decades, the CIA and other government agencies quietly funded and studied remote viewing as part of an initiative known as the Stargate Project. While it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, this very real, very strange program yielded some remarkable results and testimonies before being shut down in the 1990s. So let's take a deep dive into the origins, operations and revelations of the CIA's psychic spy program. Origins of remote viewing. Remote viewing first came onto the CIA's radar in the early 1970s through the work of researchers like Russell Targ and Harold Puthoff at Stanford Research Institute. They were studying psychic phenomena like extrasensory perception, telepathy and out-of-body experiences through scientific experiments. After allegedly scoring statistically significant results from remote viewing trials, the CIA took notice and greenlit the clandestine Stargate program, bringing on board psychics like Ingo Swann and Pat Price. Over the next 20 years and through at least $20 million in funding, secret recruits were intensively trained to cultivate their psychic perceptual abilities. The process of remote viewing. So how exactly did these remote viewing sessions take place? The viewers would be given target coordinates or simply a broad geolocation, and then enter a trance-like state to try and psychically view and describe everything from buildings to personnel and activity at that unseen site. They would record their impressions through words, drawings and other media as if they were actually there in a disassociated state of consciousness. These impressions were analyzed by monitors for any accurate data that could provide useful intelligence. Potential military applications. According to declassified files and whistleblower testimony that has emerged, the Stargate remote viewing program appeared to return actionable intelligence on occasion that was successfully leveraged by the military. Former remote viewer Joe McMonigle claims he helped locate a downed Russian bomber crew in Africa in 1976. Other apparent successes included pinpointing secret Chinese nuclear testing areas, the location of a hijacked Italian cruise ship, and assisting Navy SEAL missions. Critics of course point out that the program never produced any game-changing revelations or critical intelligence that saved the day in some major operation. And remote viewing was notoriously plagued with repeatability and accuracy issues across different psychics. But its advocates argue that even occasional insights made the small program worthwhile, providing unique data points like detecting incoming Soviet rocket tests, troop buildups, and other secret operations that couldn't be gleaned from conventional intelligence methods. How does remote viewing actually work? Of course, the obvious question is, if remote viewing is real, how does it actually work? According to the practitioners themselves, it involves using deep meditation and visualization techniques to separate or project one's consciousness from the physical body. In this heightened dissociative state, the remote viewer is able to filter and psychically perceive unseen target locations in the form of visions, thoughts, sounds and other sensory input that then gets recorded. Almost like an out-of-body astral projection experience. Skeptics of course contend the whole thing works off a combination of subjective validation, analysts' cold reading skills, confirmation bias, leading the witnesses, and sheer luck when a vague impression aligns with a known detail. But proponents say the remote viewing phenomenon is very real and could be drawing from the same bizarre quantum effects that allow subatomic particles to instantaneously influence and communicate with one another across vast distances. Just operating on a consciousness level science hasn't fully understood yet. The Stargate program shutdown and revival. After nearly 25 years of mixed results and reports failing to satisfy the military standards for reliable intelligence, the Stargate program was officially terminated and shuttered by the CIA in 1995. But this was not before several whistleblowers and participants came forward to disclose the program's existence and defend its legitimacy, including multiple remote viewers like Joe McMonigal, Ed Dames, Lynn Buchanan, and others who did tours on shows like Coast to Coast AM. Many of these advocates believe the shutdown was not necessarily reflective of the program's merits, but rather due to a changing intelligence landscape after the Cold War, a lack of dramatic game changers, and an unwillingness to continue funding such an unconventional and unproven method. And there are persistent suspicions and claims that some elements of psychic intelligence work simply went deeper underground and continued covertly in some capacity after 1995. Additionally, there has been renewed scientific interest and scrutiny into remote viewing from the private sector in recent years. From labs like Princeton University's PAIR program to the CIA's own declassified document releases, remote viewing is experiencing a renaissance as a subject of serious study. Whether it tapped into a genuine but inexplicable paranormal phenomenon, simply demonstrated the immense power of the human mind to create meaningful patterns, or was an elaborately failed experiment, the CIA's secret adventures into psychic espionage and military-backed remote viewing stands as a truly bizarre and fascinating chapter in U.S. intelligence history. What are your thoughts on the reality and potential of remote viewing? Do you think the CIA was actually onto something with its psychic spy program? Or is it just a relic of misguided Cold War attempts to find any advantage over the Soviet rivals? Let me know your take down in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more content exploring other fringe subjects like this, be sure to subscribe and let me know what other mysteries, conspiracies, or parapsychological phenomena you'd want covered in the future. Thanks for watching. Let's keep an open mind together.
If you liked this video, please like and share it, because a real hero shares the inspiration.